bill.
Okay, Madam Vice President, let's say you're correct. It's Donald Trump's fault that that bill was killed. Let's put it on him. What about the last 3.5 years, though? What's your answer on that? How do you just sidestep that entire time? Like, you guys came into office in 2021. You opened the border to record levels in 2022 and 2023. What's your excuse? Why did it take until you announced that you were going to be the nominee for president on the Democratic side for Joe Biden to issue executive orders on the border? Why is that? And so what this comes down to me that I'm seeing already is there is zero separation between her and Joe Biden, and she's not willing to budge on that. That's number one. Number two, she's continuing to gaslight everyday Americans who have been negatively impacted by the open border. We're talking people in the inner cities. We've seen these clips, these man on the street interviews in Chicago, in New York. You've got the mayor of New York acknowledging and saying this city is going to crash if we don't get a handle on this immigration because they're draining our money. But of course, she's not going to acknowledge that, right? Just like she won't acknowledge this.
When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania. Sure. Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
Okay, so she finally states out of her own mouth that she is not for fracking, and she's never been for fracking since 2020. The problem is that CNN came out and fact-checked her on that.
So she ended her 2020 presidential run in December 2019. The only debate she participated in 2020 was the general election debate with then Vice President Mike Pence. And I went over the transcript of that debate tonight. Nowhere in there does she make clear that she had abandoned her previous support for a fracking ban. Rather, she repeated that Joe Biden, the head of the Democratic ticket at the time, would himself not ban fracking. Maybe other people feel differently. I certainly did not hear anywhere in there Kamala Harris saying that she personally had abandoned her previously expressed 2019 view. Rather, again, she was speaking for Joe Biden.
Number two, and this is very glaring, if you live in Pennsylvania, nothing that she said up to this point has sold you to vote for her. Because you have to remember something. She is a career politician. She will lie until her face falls off, like in this clip.
Vice President Harris, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people. And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. He has the intelligence, the commitment, and the judgment and disposition that I think the American people rightly deserve in their president.
Okay, guys. It's disrespectful at this point, right? I mean, we all saw what we saw. We know he's not fit to be commander-in-chief. We know this. We know it because where is he right now? He's on the beach somewhere, right? We just saw clips of this. He's on the beach. He's hanging out. He's enjoying his retirement. That's really what happened is they probably made a deal with him at the end of the day. You need to drop out of this race or we're going to hit you with the 25th Amendment. And he probably said, you know what? Fine, I'll drop out. But I don't want to hear you guys trying to remove me from office. And I'm going to ride out to the sunset in my own way, which is chilling on the beach and doing nothing. That's literally